In this installment, we're going to add in a new cursor. So I'm going to call mine crosshair. So this will allow me to see kind of my cursor where it's aiming. And it has an X and a Y and a width and a height on it, so not too much to worry about there. So we can figure out how we want to draw it. So our crosshair, and we'll just start it out at the width centered and our height. Y is equal to height centered or halved. And I'll set my width equal to 48. And I'll set my height equal to 48. And that's the end of my constructor. And we will just give it a update and display. And our X will simply be our mouse X. And our Y will be our mouse Y. And then our display, it's going to be similar to what we've done before. Now, as I do this, I'm going to say no cursor, like this, so then that makes the cursor go away. Next, stroke weight. Give it a stroke weight of 2. And now that I have that stroke weight of 2, what we can do is draw a stroke color. Now, our stroke color, I'm going to just make my cursor red. So you can make whatever color you want. And again, you could even use an image. So you can make this as an image, load an image, and then just position the image, offsetting it half its width, half its height. So it'd be centered, or you can just draw it through code. So I'm going to do something where I will draw a line, x minus w divided by 2, and then at y, so that's the left point, and then it's going to be x plus w divided by 2. Again, this is the width of the object, not the width of the whole sketch, of course. And again, at y. And then we'll do a second line. This line here, I'll draw it at x, and then it will be at y minus h divided by 2. So hopefully you see a pattern here. And then x, and then y plus h divided by 2. And that draws our two lines. And then I'm going to say well, ellipse mode always uses center, so I don't technically have to do this. But and then when we do this, I'm going to draw a circle at x and y, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So if my current thing is at 48, I'll make a circle about the same size as all the sprites that I'm drawing, which is 32. So let's see how this works. So if we go into our main project here, let's add our crosshair object, crosshair, and I'll just use uppercase, lowercase as our naming convention there. Crosshair equals a new crosshair. Not too hard there, and we'll just go down to the end here, right before our UI, and crosshair.update, crosshair.display. And let's see what this looks like. And oh, it's close. I'm going to turn this, I'm going to actually turn off this for a moment so we can see where the cursor is. We can see that we do have, so it's lining up centered, that's good. Now if we don't have ellipse mode centered on here, let's see, run it again. Okay, yeah. I think that I had to do that because I was screwing around with some previous code. That's why that was still in there. So let's just get rid of that. Again, get rid of everything we don't need. The one thing I know we do want to do is before we draw the circle here is I can just simply say no fill like this. I could also set my fill color to transparent, but now we can see we have this crosshair lining up. But oh wait, that's right. Once I start shooting, that circle moves. And now I'm remembering why we need to go ellipse mode center. Because it lines up until we try and fire. But if we keep our ellipse mode centered, it stayed centered while we're there. Now also notice how suddenly we have a red box around here. So that stroke is showing up around there. Now if we turn off the cursor, it does get much, it looks better in the game. We just will have to remember that we've done that. So when we build states into our project, we will have to turn things on and off. It's actually going to be better to move that now cursor into our state, which actually, now to think about it, we will just not put that there because otherwise we'll be looking for it later and we'll be lost at that point. So let's go back over here, and when we're drawing the UI, what we can do if we're just drawing this box, if we know we don't want to stroke around it, is go no stroke. No stroke like that. Let's run that. Now we should see the red box disappear, so that's good, that's good. And as part of this, we can go no cursor. And now it now we'll notice it doesn't really look like I'm shooting anymore, and that's because the player is resetting so frequently, and then I ran out of ammo right away, so now we got some ammo. But yeah, so that's causing a problem. Part of it is because we're dying so fast, it's breaking the game. So currently, because this screen is, our game world is small, we probably can't have 20 enemies in there. So let's just do 2. It's going to look a little bit better. And now we can see firing works again. It's getting a little concerned about that. And then I did remember is the reason why we have to do ellipse mode center is in the projectiles, we did an ellipse mode corner. So that's why it starts out centered, but the moment I fire a projectile, it changes the ellipse mode, and because there's no command to change it back, it stays in the corner. I mean, I suppose we could leave it in the corner. We would just have to, on the crosshairs, we would have to draw this circle and offset it, similar to kind of the lines here where we're offsetting it. So we would do kind of x minus 16, y minus 16, and then it could stay on the edge. But otherwise, now we have a cursor. The crosshair, we can turn back on. Where did I left that off at one point? No cursor. Let's run this again. Yeah, so now no cursor. If we move, then we can fire. Okay, so now we see it's firing, it's working. We have the crosshairs, but we don't have the standard cursor. So all is working well. Good luck and have fun.